Salvete omnes, salvete amici, nomen mihi est Decimus Aurelius Ingeniarius. Hello, good day, good evening from wherever you are watching us in the world. You are watching the Roman channel brought to you by Nova Roma here on Twitch. I am Decimus Aurelius, and you are watching session 13 of the Republic of Rome board game broadcast. We started this in 2022 and we have continued on into this year. We're nearly halfway now, just slowly dabbling away. And I think we're doing quite a good job. We've seen such a fascinating couple of sessions in there, including civil wars, lots of other wars as well, lots of other intrigue, assassination attempts, all the lovely things we like to see in a Republic of Rome board game. So tonight we are starting the forum phase of turn 10. We might have a bit of a shorter night tonight as well. So we're going to cross over in just a moment. Leap in, do the forum phase, and we'll see where that takes us. So if you're watching live, hang about. We're going to transition now to our virtual tabletop environment brought to us by Tabletop Simulator, and we'll be right back. Don't go away. All right, here we are at the Tabletop Simulator, turn 10 in the forum phase. Let's have all of our senators give us a wave and a salvete to everybody watching.
Salvete.
Great.
Okay.
Great, I'm seeing all sorts of good bars and stuff here. Everything looks all good audio and visually, and I'm just going to make sure that, yep, everything's looking great. Okay, so we're going to do forum phase now. I'm going to bring us across to our cheat sheet on the right-hand side of the board, and so people at home can see what we're doing as well. And as per normal, we're going to go into the initiatives. We don't have any event cards in the forum right now, which is good, and hopefully we don't get any bad ones going forward at the moment. So first of all, who is our highest-ranking available official in Rome right now? Might be the field console, I think. Is that correct? Is that you, Fabius?
That would be Fabius.
I think so. So it looks like you are going to lead our 2d6 from first of all. So at your leisure, 2d6. Let's see how you go. Looking for 7 or not. He's only rolled 1 die so far. Give me another.
Oh,
one more.
times.
So you got a 2 and a 4. That's good. That's a 6. So go ahead and draw a card. Red text you keep. Black text will come back out to us. Good, he's done the number trick and pulled it into his hand. Let's see what he gets.
The
delay.
I'm not honestly sure, actually.
Have a look. Is it an enemy leader? Is it a war card? If it's a law card, you'll keep it. But if it's a war card,
No, it's a card I've never seen before.
It's a card you've never seen before. If you like, you can send me a photo through, say, Messenger or something, and I'll have a quick look for you if you like, and I'll be able to tell you. So for those playing along at home, faction cards are generally red text cards and are kept by the players when drawn, and forum cards are usually black text cards, and they are brought back out to the forum when drawn in this particular phase. So we'll just give Quintus Octavius a moment. He's going to send me that image privately, because if it is a...
The photo has been sent.
Thank you. I think I can see that come through now. Yes, I'm having a look here. So this looks to me like a forum card. Yes, fascinating. So this is a forum card. This is quite an interesting one. If you'd like to play that to the forum, and we'll share that with everybody. So
forum card, Monkeress.
Absolutely.
Excellent. Well placed. Here we go, everybody. Up here, if you're interested to have a look, and I'm going to bring this up for all and sundry at home. What's tab? Alt. There you go. So for those looking at home here live, the Pergamene bequest. The state will gain 50 talents in the revenue phase if, in the prior Senate phase, so the one that's coming up for us, the field console with 3 legions and 3 fleets are sent to retrieve it. The rebel console may keep bequest. Creates province of Asia at the start of the next forum phase if collected. Wow. Discard only after collection. All right, so it's going to sit there for however long it wants to sit there until such time as we send out a field console with 3 legions and 3 fleets to send it. So this is something for the Senate to consider. And we'll get Asia as a province out of it as well. So there's a lot to gain, I think, from that card. So that's probably a really good draw, I think. Very, very comfortable, which is fantastic. Okay, so let's finish off the rest of your initiative phase. And as we can see there, we go through Persuasion, Knights, sponsoring of games and faction leaders. So first of all, I'll ask the question, would you like to persuade anybody today? Quintus Octavius.
We shall give it an attempt.
He's going to give it an attempt. All right, talk me
Yeah,
through it.
we'll
Who's
give it
going to
an
be
attempt.
doing some persuading from you? Probably only one there, Fabius.
Fabius will be doing our persuading.
And who's he going to persuade
and,
today?
Achilles will be the
Achilles, ID 12 there. Fantastic.
Achilles.
So let's bring up our tools. Bring open the persuasion calculator, and let's punch in the details of our persuader there. So Fabius, we can see, has an influence of 19. That's pretty healthy. And an oratory of 2. So we can see those going in now. Great. We'll talk about bribes in a minute. So the persuadee up here, which we can see is Achilles, has a loyalty of 7, but he's unaligned right now and currently has no money on him, which is good. And now we'll ask the question of Fabius. Do you want to add any money to sweeten the deal at this stage?
No, I don't think I shall at the moment.
I think your oratory is only 2. It's gone up by 1 for some reason. I'll just bring that down 1. There we go. Cool.
Yep.
All right, and we go around the world and see if I guess anybody else wants to counter bribe. Does that come up if the initial person doesn't bribe anything? That's a good question. I forgot.
Yes, you have always to ask. Yeah.
Yep. All right, so let's ask. Appius Rufus, any counter bribes?
I believe so.
Was that a no? No. Okay, good. Tiberius Cornelius, any counter bribes from your faction treasury?
No, thank you.
Marco Edia, any counter bribes?
Not today.
Marcus Decamus?
Not today, thank you.
Numerus Aurelius?
No.
Okay. So this one's going to be a free roll. So you remember you're going to get you're going to be roll number or less on 2d6. Rolls 10,
yeah.
11, or 12 are automatic failures. So you need 9 or less here on a 2d6. 2. So you got a 6 and
Let's just keep happening.
6 and 3.
It's gonna
Wow,
be
you just got it. Just got it.
After that 6, it was just a 50-50 coin toss then.
All right.
Absolutely, that was very nerve-wracking.
Make sure you update your faction votes too. Great for you to have another one enter your party. You've always traditionally been a bit low, so that's good for you to have that. Who's going to have a go for a knight today? Either Fabius or Achilles, really?
We'll just to keep it going.
Who's going to have a go, sorry?
And no, he will not be putting any money, Fabius.
Okay, let's have a 1d6 free roll. See if you can get a 6. No money to be spent. 1 unlucky. Yeah, probably good that we didn't spend any money on that either. Any sponsoring of any games today by anybody?
Sponsoring of games, is that just influence or is that popularity?
No, that'll be a popularity gain for you at the expenditure of some money.
What's the amount again?
So if you look up the edge of the map board,
13, 18.
that's it, games table, that's it, correct. So 7, 13, and 18 are our thresholds.
You know what? Let's go with a Bloodfest.
He's going to sponsor a Bloodfest. Very good. That'll be at the cost of 13 if you'd like to deduct that from Fabius's purse. That's going to give him 2 popularity as well, which is quite nice, and reduce our unrest level by 2. Somebody would like to update that. We're going to go from 3 to 1. Great job there. Fantastic. And Fabius has spent a bit of the kitty. Excellent. And he's gained his 2 popularity as well, I hope. Marvellous. That's a nice expenditure. Now, any change of faction leader today?
Yep.
You are?
There will not be.
Oh, there will not be. Okay. All right.
No.
That will conclude your initiative. Let's go across to Appius Rufus. Appius Rufus, 2d6 when you're ready.
Yes.
Looking for 7 or not. Here we go. We're going to get... yeah, good. That's not 7. Go ahead and grab yourself a card. Red text you keep. Black text will come back out to us.
Keeper, it's a red text card.
Keeper, it's a red. Excellent. Any persuasion attempts today?
No persuasion attempts.
No persuasion attempts?
Free
for a knight?
roll for a knight.
Yes, free roll for a
Exchanges.
knight. 4, unlucky.
No.
Any sponsoring games? Probably not. And I'm
No.
assuming no change of faction leader.
Correct.
All right, that's your initiative done. Tiberius Cornelius, 2d6 when you're ready. Bringing you to your initiative. All right, good. That's not a 7. Draw yourself a card. Red text you keep, black text will come back out to us.
I'm keeping it.
You're keeping it. Oh, look at this. This is doing well so far. Any persuasion attempts today?
Yes, I might try to persuade Aurelius, number 19,
Going to
please.
try to persuade Aurelius. Great. And who's going to be your persuader today?
I'll use M. Fulvius Flaccus.
M. Fulvius Flaccus. Very good. Let's pull up our persuasion calculator to help us through from the tools menu. Bring that open. Here we go. And he's going to have an oratory of 5. He's going to have an influence of 20. And we can have a look at our persuadee over here, which was, did you say Aurelius?
Yeah, so 20 influence, 5
Loyalty is
oratory.
8. Nothing on there at the moment, which is good. Currently unaligned. Fantastic. And so you're really looking for 9 or less on a roll. But let's ask if you wanted to put any bribes on that to make sure to defend against. I bet you're already quite high already.
No.
Any bribes? Spurious Cornelius?
No,
No
thank you.
bribe. Mark Wedder, any counter bribes from your faction treasury?
Not today.
Okay. Marcus Decimus, counter bribes.
Not today, thank you.
Numerous Aurelius, counter bribes. Quintus Octavius, counter bribes. Was that a no? I'm assuming it was a no. I think I saw a head shake there. And Appius Rufius, counter bribes.
No, I will not.
All right. Okay, you're free to go. Let's get a 9 or less on a 2d6. Got 1, 2, and the next die is going to be
8.
Hey, there you go. You have won that senator. Nice and cleanly. Aurelius joins your ranks, and don't forget to update your faction votes as well. Right. Who's going to have a go for a knight today?
I might pressure a knight if that's all right.
You can pressure a knight. 1 or more
So-
knights?
I wouldn't mind pressuring all 3 knights on Calpurnius.
Certainly. All right, go ahead and pressure. It's a 1d6 for each. Okay, 1 talent. 6 talents for a total of 7. And great haul. What's that?
Do they
13
go,
in
they
total?
go to Calpurnius?
Yes, they do. They'll go straight into his purse. And don't forget to deduce your knights to 0. Great. Any sponsoring of games today?
Yeah, Calpurnius will sponsor. What do we need? A slice and dice.
Slice and dice for a cost of 7. That'll increase his popularity by 1. And that will remove the final unrest level down to 0, which is great for Copernicus. That's very good. Lovely. And any change of faction leader from you today there?
No.
No change of faction leader. That's a good turn for you. Mark Wedia, here we go. Welcome to your initiative for this turn. 2d6 when you are ready. There's 1, and give me 1 more. We have a 1 and 2. Great. Draw yourself a card. Red text you'll keep. Black text will come back out to us in the forum. You're on mute just in case you go to speak.
Oh,
I did like that. Oh.
do I go and put it like over here in the wall?
Put it near where we say turn 10 forum phase is probably a good place to plop it down. Yeah, good. Perfect. So we're going to have a look at this. It's in the center for everybody if they want to have a look at it. I'm going to bring this up for everybody at home. Oh, look at this. 4th Macedonian War has reared its ugly head, which is not good because do we already have a Macedonian War out there somewhere? Oh, no,
No.
we don't. I thought we did. Nonetheless, it's going to be an
Defeated.
active war, which isn't really great for us at the moment anyway, because we've already got 4 active wars out there, which makes that a 5th. So that's making things pretty pretty dire. You don't want to have any more wars drawn because I guess you're looking for 2 wars to be defeated this round, which will leave you with 3. Yeah, let's not draw any more war cards. All right. So yeah, pretty nasty to have that come out. Not a strong war. So maybe it's something that can be defeated even in this round. We'll see how we go. Anyway, let's finish off Markawedia's turn. Markawedia, any persuasion attempts for you today? You're on mute just in case you go to talk.
I'm going to go and try and persuade Valerius in the
Yeah,
forest.
great. Why not? The opportunity is there. Who's going to do the persuading today?
Where are we? I was going to, I think it was Papirius had the highest thing.
Who? Oh, yeah,
No.
Papirius. Yeah, good. Yeah, sure. Persuasion calculator. So his influence is 18. His oratory is 2. And let's have a look at our persuadee, Valerius. So his oratory is, his loyalty is 10. Great. So looking at 9 or less here, which is great. But let's ask any persuasion, any bribes to make that a better chance for you in case somebody counter bribes.
Okay. I suppose, don't I get a chance if somebody counter bribes anyway to do it at the end?
Yeah. You can always change it. Yep. So you're just going to let it go for the first moment here.
Easier. Yeah.
Sure. Counter bribes from Marcus Decimus.
No, thank you.
Counter bribes from Numerius Aurelius. Any counter bribes from you, Numerius Aurelius? Nope. And Quintus Octavius counter bribes? Nope. And Appius Rufius counter bribes?
No.
No. And Tiberius Cornelius counter bribes?
Negative.
Okay, so it looks like you get a free run here. Go ahead and get you that 9 or less on a 2d6. Great, 2 dice are coming out, and it's going to be, yes, well done. Congratulations. You have won,
Yay.
Valerius.
Ooh.
Well done. Look at you plussing up in the in that front. All right, let's talk knights. Who's going to have a roll for a knight today?
Valerius.
Great. I'm going to have a free roll, I assume.
We'll just have a free roll.
Yep, here we
Okay.
go. And you're going to get through my lag spike. Ooh, so close yet so far away. No luck there. Any sponsoring of any games today?
Oh, actually, I think I do have enough money, possibly.
Mm-hmm.
Where is the games table?
So look up directly above you, just at the edge of the map, near the money
Okay.
bags. You'll see the games table there.
Yeah. How's our unrest? Is it good now?
Unrest is 0, thanks to some previous games put out there.
Maybe I'll save it for next turn.
Sure, certainly
Cool.
can. If the even if the popularity is not a draw card for you. And from here, any change of faction leader?
Where are we? Okay. Military. Sorry, I'm looking at the thing because in case one of them we want to go send them to war, you and me. Yeah, sorry, I can't see. White is over my thing. I can't see. Oh, it's gonna go a 1. Okay, no, I'll leave it. I'll leave it as is.
Okay, leaving it as. So who's that on at the moment? It's on Flaminius?
Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. All right, that'll conclude your initiative. Let's go across to Marcus Decimus. 2d6 when you're ready, good sir.
I was thinking before I roll, do we have a leader in the courier that needs to be activated?
Yeah, we've got
probably.
Philip the Fifth.
We probably do.
I'll bring it to the attention before we forget later.
Yeah, good job. Thank you. That was very diligent of you. Here, let's switch these over. There we go. That will make things better. Nice. All right, that gives us some more context. Thank you. And you got a 9. Go ahead, draw your card. Red text you keep, black text will come back out to us.
It is a war card.
Oh, no. Okay.
The big boy is here.
Oh, and guess what else we get to draw from the courier? Another one.
Holy shit.
That is the correct statement.
It's time for war, boys.
Okay. Yeah, great. Let's finish off your initiative and we'll stress about that in a minute. For those playing along at home, I'll quickly bring that up. It's the 3rd Punic War. It's been drawn there, but I guess the nasty bit is Hannibal from the Curia has popped up again to support that more. Okay, any persuasion attempts from you today, Marcus Decimus?
No, thank you.
Okay, any sponsoring of games?
No, thank you.
And finally, any change of faction leader?
Yes.
Cool. Alias. All right, let's do last but not least. Numerous Aurelius, 2d6 when you're ready.
Knights, or did I?
Sorry,
skip
no, we
one?
didn't do knights. Yeah, great reminder. Thank you for reminding me. Who would like to do knights today?
I'm gonna have my
Yeah, great. Is he sponsoring any or throwing any money at that?
Yes, all 5 for.
Oh, that'll be an auto then. Great, well done. Grab yourself a knight. Thank you. Rushing through there, I was a bit put off by all the wars. All right, Numerous Aurelius. Now you can have your 2d6. Thank you. Good. 2 dice have popped out. And great, that's not a 7. Go ahead, draw a card. Red text you'll keep, black text will come back out to us.
Red text.
Oh, good. I was hoping it wasn't going to be another war. Who flipped the deck? Let's not do that. Great, so red text you'll keep. Let's ask you the pertinent questions. Any persuasion attempts for you today?
Just give me 2 seconds.
Yeah.
No, it's all right.
No. Who's going to have a go for a knight today?
I guess Manlius will.
Yeah, sure. Any money to the cause?
No, just gonna free roll it.
Yeah, go ahead. Free rolling, and we get ooh, close but no cigar. Any sponsoring of any games today?
No, thank you.
And finally, any change of faction leader?
No, thank you.
All right, that will conclude those part of the initiative. So if we go back to the board and have a look, we are now going to put Rome in order. So all senators holding a major office, go and grab yourself a major corruption marker from the board. Little red squares in the middle next to the coloured dice there and the prior consul markers. So major corruption for everybody holding a purple token right now. So Appius Rufius will get one, Quintus Octavius will get one, Numerous Aurelius will get 2. And we'll see Mark Gawetti will get one for the censor, and Tiberius Cornelius will get one for Julius, although he's still out of town. All right, good. All the corruptions are out. And then from here, we don't have a second Punic War or a gladiator slave revolt out, which is good, so we'll leave that. And now we're going to see if we can bring back any concessions or anything from the Curia. So we've got 2 piles here. So who's our HRAO in Rome? I think it's the field consul, still Quintus Octavius. Let's start with the concessions, starting with Tax Farmer 2. We're needing a 5 or a 6 at your leisure. Dice number 1. You're going to get R. Oh, well done. Fantastic. Let's do Tax Farmer 6. The rolls and no, unlucky. Let's do Sicilian Grain. No. All right, so that's all the concessions we get to have a go for. Let's have a go for Claudius. The only one there, I think, at the moment. Yep, Claudius, and we're going to get R. Ooh, no. All right, at least we got 1. That's not bad, not bad. Gives us a little bit of incentive. This is really good. And then all players need to just double check their faction vote tallies again, if they can, please. So everybody head around the board, just do up your oratories plus knights across your factions. There's been a couple of changes. Oratory plus knights plus, I think everybody's now recording their disbanded legions as a token on their oratory now. So that should be accounted for in all cases. Everybody's faction votes should be updated. All right. And then, ladies and gentlemen, that will conclude our forum phase. Well done. And bring us into turn 10 population phase. And we go back to our cheat sheet over here. And we can see we get +1 for every drought, update to the unrest level, plus any unprosecuted wars. So let's do our count. So far, we've got 2 unprosecuted wars on the board. And let's have a look for droughts. Can anybody see any droughts anywhere? 1 there. So that's 3, 4. Okay, we're looking at 4. Does everybody see, 5. So we're looking to get an unrest level of 5. See, that's pretty hefty, isn't it? And then we're going to go into the State of Republic address, which will eventually be a 3d6 plus the HRAO's popularity minus the unrest. Now, at the moment, I think it's still the field console. So let's have a look at the field console here for the moment. His popularity is going to be 8. -5. So what that leaves us 3, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we're going to be adding.
One moment though. I have a point of order.
Yeah, please.
We missed something.
What's that?
Take a look at Aemilius 19 and the already played statesman Aemilius Paulus Macedonicus 19a.
Show us a ping. Let's have a look. Sorry. Let's have a look over here. What's going on? 19a and.
I
Where else do
remember
we
that Aemilius Paulus Macedonicus was already in play, but I'm not sure. Was Aemilius the family?
Oh,
card?
I
Was
see.
it-
Yeah. So, yeah, good point. Yeah, great pick up. What about the other family card, Valerius? No, that was okay. Yeah, good. That's fantastic. So, points today to Appius Rufius. So the Emilius card, and sorry to Tiberius Cornelius, and thankfully no money was spent there. The Emilius card has to go under the statesman card in Marquetia's faction. So it doesn't provide her any bonus. But it does have to go under the family card. Well done, Appius Rufius. Thank you for pointing that out. So, yeah, so we'll move that family card, and I'm going to place this on top over here as so. Oh, wow, that's not what I wanted to occur. What the hell happened there?
Physics, my friend. Physics.
So let's fix
it
this
must
up.
be the physics. Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
unrelated
I'd
to-
known that, I wouldn't have rolled to try to take that senator. I would have tried to get the other senator that was in there.
Yeah, true. You would have.
It throws everything out because then everyone, you know what I mean?
Maybe you can make a deal with with Marcavella.
Kind
She
of
will give you
awkward though.
whatever.
No,
I don't
but
know.
it downplays whether or not then people would have bribed as well. You know what I mean? If kind of you're next in the faction, you know what I mean? Like there's other things that kind of come into play.
True.
That's all.
All the more reason for us to keep an eye on the
Yeah.
cards on the board, eh? But at least no money was spent. That makes things a little bit easier. But great pickup. Now everything's balanced and in order. Okay. Where were we at? Okay, so thankfully we're going to be adding.
Is he voting then adjusted for the orange
True.
faction?
So let's update our
faction
faction vote tallies again. Make sure they're right. Mark Arwedia, I think yours wouldn't have changed. Yours should still be the same. It'll just be a slight decrease for Tiberius Cornelius. Okay, so based on our numbers, and because our highest ranking Avalon official will be Fabius, we'll give him a moment to do his speech in just a tick. We'll add a +3 to the 3d6 that he'll do as a part of the State of the Republic address in just a moment. So with that, we'll hand over to the field consul at HRAO to give us a State of the Republic address. Over to you, Prince Octavius. I think he's on mute. Give him a moment to come off mute there.
All right. As you can kind of see, we're kind of in a bit of a precarious situation where we need to fight 3 wars coming up, which is certainly not the best for us at the moment, considering a lot of our hitters are currently enjoying their lovely vacations. Hopefully, fingers crossed, all will end up going well. And I mean, the really best thing to say is hopefully we have good luck.
Yeah, luck.
Let's appeal to the gods of luck. Yes.
That's the only thing we can pray for at the moment.
Yeah, it's not looking great. All right, there, HRAO. Let's see how the crowd loved your luck speech. 3d6 plus 3. Let's see how we go. That's 2d6. 7. Oh, yeah, so it's 13, 14, 15, 16.
-1 to unrest.
Oh, yeah. Not bad. -1 from the unrest level. There we go. That's good. They liked it so much. That high popularity was a good a good haul there. That really helped us out, I think. And at least that's one less thing I guess you have to worry about is unrest. And if you can get 2 victories at least, well, actually, you're probably going to need more than that. But if you can get at least 2 victories, you're going to bring that unrest level down some more. And now that we have properly implemented the outcome of the population phase in the State of the Republic, we will now bring ourselves to turn 10's Senate phase here. And I guess we've got an interesting case here now that we'll have the field consul as the presiding magistrate leading us into the Senate phase, which is very fascinating. So over to you, field consul, to lead the first part of the Senate, which we know is always going to be the election of consuls. So let's see how we go. You're on mute too there, field consul. There we go.
Okay, so current point of the one that I have predetermined in my writing, so I can help myself as the scribe, is mostly with high military, and that is the point. They might have somewhat high influence, but it's not enough to affect the game if they do end up winning. So hopefully we can all see that with our current situation, it's probably good to go with the guys that are currently selected. So let's go with our nominees. Our first nominee is
If I may, as from
Palmer faction.
Can you hear me, Quintus Octavius?
Can you hear
Can somebody
Declan?
ask Quintus Octavius if he can hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, you can. Good. I just wanted to point out, I think it's a bit of lag, that's all it is. I just wanted to highlight for everybody here again,
Yeah.
and you're already quite well aware, Quintus Octavius, is that we're in a fairly precarious situation here for the game, in that, remember, you can't have any more than 3 active wars at the end of the combat phase. Otherwise, it will be all over Red Rover. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 active wars in the box at the moment. So you need to defeat 3 wars this round. All right, to keep things clean. Mark Wedia, did you want to say something?
I sent a message to Tiberius, but he didn't reply because even with the card dealings, I had the other card with the Scipio Africanus that nullifies disaster and standoff on things like the Punic Wars.
Oh, yeah. Handy to know. So all I wanted to do is just in your deliberations coming into the Senate phase and your elections for consuls and dictators, noting that, you know, this is all or nothing coming up to this combat phase. So you just need to, I guess, take your time and think hard about how you're going to execute this. That's all. Sorry. Thank you. Thank you there, Consul. Back over to you.
We do have our prior consoles out there, or pro-consoles. Now we're probably going to, well, recall Cato, as I don't think he has an effect on him. I don't believe. Official. Rating, so we'll probably recall him. So our best choice of options at the moment is Flaminius from Marcus faction. Then we have Clinticus from Appius Reus. Fabius as a possible dictator, as he can't be a consul. We have Memlius. We have Aelius Sulpicius.
Just a
as well.
reminder.
So we're just gonna keep those.
Just a
ones in
reminder:
mind.
the elder senators can't leave Rome.
Correct. Elder senators cannot leave Rome. Good
Yes.
pickup.
So
That was the next
no
one, too,
point looking in the retirement home. That is my faction.
which reduces our numbers by a lot.
Yeah, that's me too.
Yes. So practically anything from the last like 3 are all gone. So we might change that and it'll make that simpler for us.
You can certainly elect them, but they may not be of any use, at least for wartime.
True.
Yeah,
But that being said, if that's something that's worth considering, we do have 2 pro consoles out there. So we have 2 generals. If we were to elect a dictator, which we likely will be, that would be our
yes.
3 generals, as an example.
So we can reinforce the pro consoles.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
can and the Rome
Certainly can.
console. Yep.
So it's not as dire that all
We can also
both
send
field
Rome
and Rome
console.
console have to be military men. That's not necessarily the case.
Mm. I'm
Who
curious,
were we
are we
thinking is
able
the
to send both the Rome build console together to the same war?
You can send 2 forces to the same war card, but they can only fight one at a time. And I guess what you're doing there is helping to mitigate disaster standoff numbers. So if your first force only obtains, say, a stalemate, then your second force can come in and have another go. But in that second instance, those disaster standoff numbers, well, at least the ones that have been accrued, are nullified, which is great. So gives your second force a better chance. But I don't think in your circumstance here you'll have the resources to send more than 1/4 to the one war card.
No. Alright, so we're gonna go with our first proposal with Flaminius from the Aquila faction and Quintus from Appius Furius's faction. Alright, so we'll just call for votes just to try and get this quickly done. Appius, what would your vote be?
2 in favor.
Who's the other nominee? Sorry.
From my faction, it's Flaminius. I was
It's,
wondering who we were thinking about
Quintus
for
and
dictator.
Flaminius.
What did you say, Mark? I
The
didn't
only
understand.
real option we
I was wondering
have
about who the options were for dictator.
Because the idea was because Fabius is blocked from being a consul,
He would maybe
could-
go for dictator.
we would
Yeah.
utilize.
He has the 4. Yeah.
Well, we don't have anyone with a higher military rating than 2 that are not elders.
Yeah.
The only other option we have is Fabius, a higher military rating.
Okay. Cool.
So, Tiberius Cornelius, could we have your votes too?
Yeah, 7 in favor.
Margalia, can we have a vote?
No, 15 in favor.
Alright, Arcus Decimus,
17 votes against.
Numerous Aurelius,
7 votes against.
Oh, that's neck and neck.
and I'm gonna put my 4 votes in favor.
That's the decider.
The final vote
So-
counted.
It
Whoa.
the
A
decider.
rare thing in
That's
this Senate.
close.
Yeah,
The final
for
vote did count.
once. Yes, that was very close.
All right. So now let's do the administration for our
4 to
new
28.
consoles. Make sure Fabius is an outgoing console, gets a prior console marker. I'll help you with that one. The Master of Horse can now
Thank you. I'm just gonna clear some
disappear.
stuff.
Field console will go back out there now.
Thank you.
All right. I'll give the consoles a minute to decide. We're going to wrap up very shortly here, but I'll give the consoles a minute to discuss amongst each other who's going to do what role. At least we'll announce that tonight. So before we go away, the new presiding magistrate can be thinking long and hard about the very important decisions that need to be made going forwards. So let them do that now. And
Okay,
of
I'm
course,
fine
there's-
with that distribution marker.
Okay. Excellent. So Flaminius would like to announce the new Rome consul, which is Quinticus from the Lunar faction.
All right, yeah.
Thank you, everyone.
Very tough time to be a leader. All right, consoles,
Yeah.
take your respective purple tokens and please update your influence. Either the Rome console and the field console accordingly. I guess while we're here, we might as well talk about dictator appointment, which I think is on the radar. And I'll let you, if you're in a position to talk about dictator appointment, I can let you do that too. Unless the Rome console's got some opening remarks that you'd like to say.
No. So it was already assessed by the Senate that we are in a very deep predicament here. It is not
Indeed.
looking good. Oh. So my mood is still down.
The mood is
So,
somber. Yes.
yeah. Okay. So the idea was to discuss how we approach the dictator elections, or what the
Yeah.
dictator. I would prefer I would prefer that we will. I would prefer if we would refer this issue to a tribune, right? I would like to see this happening.
As in a dictator appointment.
Oh no, appointment would be a consensus, right? By the consensus would be needed, right?
Between the
But
two
there's
consoles,
also-
that's correct.
There's also the option of an election if the consuls cannot come to.
That is correct.
And instead of having myself and another person doing it alone, I would like to see if it's possible to seeing this being referred to a tribune in order to let the whole Senate vote on this issue. That's
I mean,
my position.
of course, you could run this democratically. You could, I guess, seek people's opinions, and then if you've got the concurrence of your fellow consul, and that is also the direction that you want to go, then that is the appointment. The way it goes forwards, you can essentially
Yeah,
say
you can push for a non-binding indicative vote.
Yeah, essentially. Yeah,
You could do something weird where it's like a public deal between the senses that this is the way I'll go. Based
So
on
I
the
would
vote.
I will not consent to an appointment, but then the option is still open for an election. So I will not consent to an appointment by only two sides, because if we make an appointment only with two, so all the responsibilities is on our shoulders for what will happen next. But I want to have the complete
the blame.
Senate included in
Right.
this responsibility.
I see. So essentially, you're forcing it to a vote by not consenting to your own decision. I see what you're
Exactly.
doing there.
I want
Yeah,
to have
right.
a vote on this issue by the whole Senate.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, right. Rightio. Fair enough.
So
In that case,
then
yeah,
the appointment is not. So shall we proceed to the election, or?
yes.
Yeah,
We-
you have to
yeah.
call it.
And I will nominate first as dictator Fabius.
What's the influence level that makes you dictator for life?
35.
Right.
First of all, I will ask Marka, what is your opinion on this issue?
My opinion is that that's the logical option because we need somebody with a higher military rating, and basically everybody else is either away from Rome or they are an elder. From next term, we might have other options because I have Scipio that can be played in Tiberius's hand, and he nullifies the disaster on the Punic War. But yeah, this round, I don't really feel that we have many options at all.
Okay, then I will proceed now to the voting. I will start with the faction of the Fabius faction. What is the vote of Octavius,
So
right?
before
Quintus
I close
Octavius.
my vote, just a quick question is Scribe. Yep. Question is, Scribe, are we doing vote based on who agrees on the faction or our vote counters?
No, no. What do you mean exactly? Sorry.
It's a normal vote. A normal vote.
Normal vote, yeah.
Normal vote. No, sorry, that's okay. Cool. That
Yeah,
was just
normal
needed
proposal vote
clarification.
now.
I'll put my 4 in favor. 4 in favor.
Okay. Then I will go next with my 2 in favor. And then I will go with Tiberius, Cornelius, Jacob,
7 in favor.
Marker.
15 in favor.
Okay, and defection of Marcus Decimus Meridius.
Replace my 17 in favor.
And defection of Numerius Aurelius Ingeniarius.
Can I
What's
abstain
your
from
vote?
this one?
You may. You're free to do what you want.
I abstain.
Okay.
All right. So be it. We now have, and quite perhaps appropriately, Fabius as dictator. Quintus Octavius, if you'd like to adopt the dictator token and update your influence accordingly.
I certainly can do that.
You have
Thank
the
you.
very important lead role going forwards from here. And of course, while we're here,
just like
you can,
last time.
yep, you can point your master of horse, I guess, while you're here as well, if you'd like to consider that.
I'm going to appoint Plateus from Marco Aurelius faction. Just, you know,
Plateus.
it's not in my faction.
Yep, fair call. All right. There we go. We have now elected our consuls, appointed our dictator, and subsequently the dictator's appointed his master of horse. And that will lead us off at that point. We'll now finish the session there today. So when we come back for session 14 at this time next week, remember that we've got to start off by electing a censor. We missed that last time. We finished a session at this point. So there's still going to be a censor election to occur. And then after that, all important deliberations into considering the multitude of wars that are on the table here. So that will be certainly something to consider and to be thought long and hard about. So from here, let's conclude our session. Let's have our senators give us a walete and a wave to our crowd that's watching live or on YouTube in the future. Thank you,
Walete.
senators.
Walete.
The session today, perhaps a bit of a somber mood, but for those watching live, stick around. We're going to have an end of session summary as we normally do. Talk about what we've seen today. Hang around. We'll be right back. All right, we are now back for the end of session summary, the end of session 13, where we're looking at turn 10 in game, and where we've just left at the end of the dictator appointment in the Senate phase. So we've paused inside the Senate phase there. So when we come back next week, we're going to be looking at the election of censor going forwards for the rest of the Senate phase. Now, I tell you what, yeah, the the Senate and Rome is probably not in a good spot. And why is that? That's because the large multitude of wars that are out on the board. So we left with essentially it was 4. We had that Second Sicilian slave revolt come across from the imminent war section, which already put us at 4. And then in that forum phase, we drew 2 new wars: the Fourth Macedonian War, which was only worth 5 strength, but then Philip V comes back from the Curia, so that adds it to a strength of 11. Third Punic War came out. Now it's not as strong war, but that's got a strength of 7. But then Hannibal again from the Curia got activated, so that's a strength of 14. So there's some pretty they're not to be laughed at, those wars. And then of course the First Gallic War is still out there, strength of 10. We've got the double Sicilian slave revolts out there, matching war cards at the moment. 7, 8, 9, 10. That's at 11th strength at the moment. So they're going to fight those wars in order. And then for finally, the land battle still needs to occur for the first Sicilian pirates. That's a nice weak war. It should be easily defeated. Julius is out there at the moment as a proconsul. So I can see the Senate, throwing 2 or 3 more legions at him to solidify that victory. And then it's a case of, cool, which wars are they going to attack from here? Now, the Senate needs to get rid of, they've got 6 wars out there, and they need to get rid of 3. Because remember, at the end of the combat phase, they can't have any more than 3 wars active at the end of the combat phase. If they do, it's over. All players will lose. Rome will collapse under the sheer number of wars. So this is probably outside of the Civil War, I think, that we had a couple of sessions ago. This is probably the most other scariest moment I think we've seen for the playing team here. It's it's going to be tough. I can suspect they might end up withdrawing Cato the Elder and his forces, and whether they have another go at attacking the Sicilian slave revolt, maybe. They're going to go probably they're going to try and get rid of the first Gallic. It's only got 10 strength, so I reckon that'll be their second target outside the Sicilian pirates. And then everything else is very similar. The rest of the other wars are all 11 strength, so it's really about what's the less danger numbers. And unfortunately, they've all got lots of danger numbers, but they'll be looking at the statistics about the probability of those rolls on a 3d6 going forward. So there will be an option that is better than the other. So the Senate will no doubt run the numbers in the back end and find out which percentage is best, and they'll pick, I guess, which one for their third attempt. So it's going to be tough. Their forces are split. They've only got 113 in the treasury. They have another veteran to assign. They've still got a whole bunch of the legionaries out there to throw out there. They could raise, and I suspect they will. They'll raise the 2 other legions that are in holding. They probably will raise. There is a disbanded veteran legion they may raise as well. They're going to throw every force they can. They can't afford to get cute here. They really need to get those victories assured. They can't have stalemates. They can't have defeats or anything like that. They have to have 3 victories. They're going to remove 3 wars off the board. So it's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough. So it's probably nice that we leave that session there, a bit of a shorter session tonight. Allow the dictator some time to think about his proposals going forwards. He's no doubt going to run all the percentages in the back end and come in strong next session. And look, I think everybody will be right on board with that. And again, I won't be surprised if the censor out there makes no prosecutions again in true fashion that this group normally does. So we look forward to doing that. Well, I think that just about summarizes it. A bit of a gloomy mood, I think, with all those wars out there, but nonetheless exciting. That'll certainly bring us back next week to see what the outcome is going to be. Will they get the 3 victories they need? Will they continue on? I think they only got 15 sessions last year in the last time we played the Republic of Rome board game broadcast. Can they get past that glass ceiling of 15 sessions? Who knows? We will certainly see. So please join us next week right here on the Roman Twitch channel, brought to you by Nova Roma. I am Decimus Aurelius. Thank you very much for joining us again today. Until next week, right here, Walete.